Hey everybody, it's Austin Ward back here at Lettermen Row with a basketball BuckIQ. We've got the former Ohio State star Terence Dials in the building. We're breaking it all down here, just like we did for football, but it's winter. We got to talk about some hoops.
Absolutely.
And you know you got to go through, Terence, that point guard, C.J. Jackson. It's been an up and down maybe year for him, but this guy, when he's playing at his best, seems to provide a lot of energy for the Buckeyes.
CJ is the one, he's like that X factor. You know, when he plays at his best and he's shooting the ball well, I think the Buckeyes, they play, you know, out of their minds.
Yeah.
And he's had a couple games this year where he's done that. I would like to see a little bit more consistency with CJ. You know, he's made strides as well since he's stepped foot on campus. He's gotten a lot better, especially his jump shot. But I think his leadership skills need to take a little bit more effect on this young team. The
one thing that just keeps coming up, and I know it's hard for me to sit there, Chris Holtman doesn't know how to explain it. When you watch, it's the cramps. Like, if you want him on the floor in crunch time against teams like Michigan State, it's kind of when it got away from him. I don't know what insight you have into it, but it's got to be frustrating to not have your floor general out there, and he's dealing with a health issue.
You know, I've never dealt with cramps, but, you know, obviously, you know, we've seen the NBA, and LeBron has dealt with cramps in some of the biggest games there are. I have no explanation on why and how he's getting cramps. You know, that's just something that the training staff have to do probably a better job of just monitoring his liquids, you know, and his playing time probably.
Yeah, when they get him healthy, when he's out there for 30, 35 minutes, Ohio State's much better off for it. And they're going to need C.J. Jackson as Ohio State tries to regroup here from a tough couple games, get some momentum going back here in Big Ten play. Terence is going to break down what C.J.'s doing well when he's on the floor right now, so let's roll the tape.
Because you think you know so much about a player because you played against them. Oh,
back to C.J. Jackson, nice dive by Kyle Young.
Yeah.
All right, so Terence, right here, looking at last week against Michigan State, this is C.J. working without the ball, obviously not feeling any cramps there early in the first half, and he made a huge impact for the Buckeyes there.
Well, this defender right here just loses him. I mean, it's a flat-out not knowing where your man is, and I'm sure Coach Izzo has some words for him after that.
Yeah.
But C.J. did a great job of noticing the guy wasn't in good defensive position. Kyle made a great move and a great pass.
I think this is one of those examples, and tell me if you disagree or agree here, but like, C.J. doesn't strike me as a true point guard, and this is an example where he's making a play off the ball, he's making a smart cut, and he doesn't, you know, need the ball necessarily in his hands at all times.
Well, we call C.J. one of those combo guards. You know, he can shoot, not necessarily grew up playing point guard his whole life, and that's just kind of, you know, that's the way basketball is going now. No one's really a true point guard anymore.
Okay.
You might have a few still left, like Chris Paul. You know, he might be one of the few true point guards we have left, but if you look at how basketball is played now, the point guards, we want them to score.
Gabe Brown backs it up, started by C.J. Jackson to the basket, up and blocked, but goaltending is the call.
The good play off the ball, and then something that also sets C.J. Jackson apart, that effort on defense. This was a big play too early on in that game.
Oh, well, that's just noticing this guy right here, his ball was stopped. He knew his man had to come get the ball. You play the passing lanes. Great play by CJ.
It's a little bit of a gamble though too, right? Like you're 30 feet from the rim. If you don't get this basketball, you're going the other way.
Well, yeah. I mean, if he doesn't get this, everybody's out of defensive position. He's going to drive to the basket. Kyle's going to have to come and help. He's going to be an easy dump off for this basket right there. But luckily, CJ got the steal on the other way.
You get a good finisher. With goaltending.
Hey, 2 is 2 sometimes, you know.
Not all 2s are the same, right?
Exactly.
That's what you already told me here. But you know, it's lots. Those can be pressure finishes too, right? In transition, with a big guy coming to swat that. We've seen the LeBron pins.
Yeah, it's only a few LeBrons out here that can get those pins, you know. So, I mean, when I tell young guys, always just go up strong. I mean, you know, make the ref make a call.
In that Big Ten emblem area. Got him down there, but instead an open 3 in the corner. Jackson's been cold tonight, but he follows his miss.
If there's been one thing that CJ has sometimes come in for some criticism for, it's he's not knocking down these open 3s, and he doesn't do that here against Rutgers, but at least there's still more of that hustle play and some of that energy.
Well, when I played, Coach Mata always said he don't care how many shots we miss. If we play super hard, he's gonna ride with us. And right here, you see just an example. CJ misses a shot, but he follows his shot. Bad boxing out by Rutgers, obviously. But, hey, you take advantage of those miscues.
I mean, what is it? Is there something about this set? Like, this is the second time we've seen already with CJ where he's finding somewhere wide open. I'm sure that this was designed that way, but where's the defense? How does he get this wide open look in the corner?
Well, if you notice, when he starts off, there's no one on him in the other corner. So when he comes across, he just slides on the baseline sneakily.
Yeah.
Defender loses him. This is his defender right here. He has no idea where CJ is. You know, that's going to be one of those. That's going to be one of those plays in film. He's probably going to get yelled at for losing CJ like that. Another
example of the energy, another finish at the rim. Maybe get that three-pointer to go down. Could be a different game. Who knows? Ohio State came up short against Rutgers. But CJ Jackson needs to be on the floor in key minutes.
Yeah, and it's going to be a long season. I mean, the Big Ten is a long season. It's a grind. I actually talked to Coach Peden about a week ago, and he said, Dials, the Big Ten is a meat grinder. We're going to have to play super hard every game, and obviously health is going to be a factor. You know, going down the stretch in the Big Ten. But these guys are young. Backcourt is young. Definitely going to have to grow up real fast.
A lot of big ones coming for Ohio State down the stretch. Big Ten, that meat grinder is here. Buckeyes trying to get things back on track. CJ Jackson is going to be a big part of it. Terence Dials is going to be a big part of our coverage here at Lettermen Row as we do BuckIQ. So for Terence, I'm Austin Ward. We'll see you next time.